sometimes with a towel before the center gets up there to snap it. Second thing is the focus of all the guys who handle the football. Do they wear gloves? Do they take them off? Will they carry the ball high and tight to make sure they have good ball security? That's paramount in a game like this.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Out now comes two-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Watson in his 4th year now in the league as he gets set to operate this Houston Texans offense.
When we talk about the best dual quarterbacks in the NFL, don't leave Deshaun Watson out of the conversation. 2 straight years he's been a Pro Bowler. Excellent numbers again last season with 26 touchdown passes, 7 more added on the ground, and firm leadership and control of his Houston Texans team. Now he's looking forward to taking the next step and beating Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson in the playoffs and getting the Houston Texans to a Super Bowl.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap for Watson. David Johnson here on the catch. That one a first down pickup of 8.
David Johnson.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, it's Watson. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Mecole Hardman, Pro Bowler last year as a rookie, is deep for KC. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. So here are the Chiefs now under their veteran head coach, Andy Reid. They'll be led out by one of the stars of spring football in 2020. From Ole Miss, it's Jordan Ta'amu.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Tamu. That one complete to Hill. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now Tamu. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. DeAndre Carter is deep for the Texans.
DeAndre Carter on the return. The Texans take over first.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. He'll look to throw right away. Rolling to his right. Now he'll pull it. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And his throw is incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. Hardman on the return. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return.
The Chiefs take over.
Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Tamu will look to pass. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
first and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up third and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on here to punt it away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45.
The Texans take over.
And now out comes Houston. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Watson will bring up the Texans here first and 10 at their own 23. He'll start with a handoff to Johnson. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Bashaud Breeland, the one that got him down.
He was brought down by Bashaud Breeland. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 28-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
Texans football to start quarter 2 as they are looking at a second down and 6 coming up. To throw on second and 6. Watson throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And now it's third down. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? 1 for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get it back in form.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. And the Pro Bowler Chris Jones able to work his way in and record the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. Able to power through. 55-yard punt, 11 on the return.
The Chiefs take over first and 10.
And now here comes Kansas City. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. And they come up here now, first down. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there. Making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
To throw now on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Demarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one. And it's second down.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 6 yards there. First down, Kansas City.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. He's going to take off with it. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. First and 10 right at the 20. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a second and 7.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Taken down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys are on the board first here tonight. goes on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Carter now on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
Tackled back at the 28-yard line.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now left side on the swing pass. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Watson to give. This is Johnson. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. He stiff arms him, and some strong running. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
26-yard line.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey. That'll bring up 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Looking downfield for Kelsey. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
Intended for Travis Kelsey. Incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. Here's Hardman on the return. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Demarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one. And it'll bring up third down.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. And that is incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Now a first down throw, Watson. He finds his man Johnson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
To David Johnson.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Watson, he fakes to Johnson and now looks to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Watson. And this one grabbed by Darren Fells. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
18 on the play.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. Third quarter action from Kansas City. 2nd down and 10. To throw again. Watson going deep here for Stills. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Watson looks to throw again. Finding Fells complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 36. That gain on third down, good for 28.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Watson. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 21. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
First down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
On first down, it's Watson. He'll try and run it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Flushed out. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Well, this has been a long drive. You know that defense, they're craving to get off the field. They were able to force it free, but couldn't recover.
Yeah, and on the offensive side of the ledger, they were thinking about how do we punctuate this drive with 6, right? Make it an exclamation point. Instead, you got to put a question mark next to this drive now after the fumble, even though they recovered it.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. To Johnson again. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Touchdown.
Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. And it wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And in this rain, they were nice and cautious there on the extra point try, and that caution was well warranted as this game is tied. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Here's Hardman on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10. at their own 30-yard line.
KC's offense ready to take over. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll find Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Here a throw taken in by Watkins. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We're back now in KC. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Tamu. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Now Tamu. He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12. Tamu will look to pass. They'll roll him out right. He may try and run for this. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Edwards-Helaire. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Edwards-Helaire.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5 at the 25-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Hasn't had his best game running the football here tonight, but, hey, that's a critical spot right there to convert on 3rd down, and he did it.
And the lights are shining just a little bit brighter right now, aren't they? You remember the beginning of the game? If he gets this first down, everybody's happy. That's cool. But here, that was critical, and it really energizes him.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Ball carrier taken down at the 19-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a handoff here to his running back. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Now a timeout called for by the defense, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll come out in the pistol. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly, and this one could be coming back. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Butker's kick here is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. Here's Carter now on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Return. The Texans take over 1st and 10. At their
Watson of the Texans now. Down 10-7, 30 seconds to go. Now they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson.
Watson.
6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
One last throw here for Watson. Complete. It's Johnson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Tonight,
well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.